Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population and with little or no meaningful engagement leaves a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say.
Good evening and welcome to Ace Primetime. My name is Choma Kalu, and tonight, the crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party has taken yet another dramatic turn. From what unfolded yesterday at the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja, you know, is the latest, what we saw yesterday, is what I will term the latest chapter in the political war, that has been brewing for months. Now, this confrontation comes barely days after the party announced the expulsion of Nyesom Wike and several key members over allegations of anti-party activities and attempts to destabilize the PDP from within. Now, that expulsion widened existing cracks. I mean, PDP has always had their internal crisis and all that. So the expulsion that happened a few days ago, it widened the existing cracks and deepened suspicion and set the stage for the clash, we witnessed yesterday. And according to some clips that we saw, rival factions loyal to Governor Sheyi Makinde, Governor Bala Mohammed, and the now expelled Yesom Wike arrived at the secretariat in a tense face-off, each claiming authority, each insisting on control, and each refusing to back down. Now, the situation escalated fast, really fast. And the security operatives fired their tear gas, party members scattered. And, that's Wadata Plaza, where it all happened, once again became a battleground for internal supremacy. So for every time they want to have a convention or whatever as a party, there's always something that happens, and that's their secretariat. So tonight, we're going to be discussing a fundamental topic, right? Asking fundamental questions. And we want to draw lessons from the PDP's endless crisis. I want to analyze what happened, what led to what, and what got us to the stage that we are in right now. Remember, Ways is all about you, as you are the why in Ways. So be a part of the conversation every single day and add your voice to the discussions. Head on now to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. Hit the subscribe button, like, share, and invite your friends to join the show now. And when I open the phone lines, I would really want to hear what you have to say on this topic. And as always, here is a quote for you to ponder on tonight. It says, "A political party is only as strong as the unity of those who lead it." And this was said by Woodrow Wilson. We will open this up much later, but first of all, we'll go on a short break. And when I come back, I'll take you through my news interests for the day. Please stay with us.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light for my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we will bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria's energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we will analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
You're welcome back. We're still watching Ways. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the PDP crisis and the scandal, whatever you want to call it, that we saw yesterday. But first of all, let's go through the stories that made headlines that caught my attention today. The first one we have says one of the 25 abducted KB schoolgirls escapes the kidnappers. Now, the story says one of the 25 schoolgirls abducted from a school in northwestern Nigeria has escaped and is safe, authorities confirmed on Tuesday, as hunters and security forces intensify their search for the remaining missing students, AP News reports. Now, the girls were kidnapped before dawn on Monday when gunmen attacked the Government Girls Comprehensive School, secondary school in Maga Town in Kebbi State. The school principal, Musa Rabi Magaji, confirmed the first escapee arrived home on Monday. Another student managed to flee immediately after the raid and was not taken. They are safe and sound, Magaji told the Associated Press. Also, a video verified by AP shows the two schoolgirls appearing to be in their early teens, surrounded by family members in the village. Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris visited the school on Monday, promising swift action to rescue the girls. Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff, General Y.D. Shaibu, directed intelligence-driven operations and relentless day and night pursuit of the abductors. He added, "We must find these children, act decisively and professionally on all intelligence. Success is not optional." First of all, I'm really happy for the families of these two schoolgirls who, one escaped from the kidnappers. The other one managed to, run away when the raid was happening, and been reunited with their families, and I'm really happy for them. But it doesn't also rule out the fact that we still have some of these girls, over 20 of them, with the kidnappers. It's it doesn't erase that fact. In fact, I must add that Nigeria is in mourning right now. A Nigerian that is moving about, without some level of heaviness. I don't know how the person is doing it, but for the last 72 hours, it's been from one bad news to the other bad news to the other bad news. A brigadier was killed, a church attacked. It just keeps going on and on. Well, like I said, I'm really happy for these girls and their families. And I also want to charge Governor Idris to go beyond press statements. Let something be done. These are children. They are human beings. They are not animals being kidnapped on a daily basis. This is the second time in how many years now? The same school. How is that able to happen again? This is something you have to sit down and scrutinize yourself, because it's a slap on your face. It shows your negligence. It shows a lot of things. So while we're happy for these girls, we also would not relent, we will not relax until the rest, are found. It's not going to be the case of Chibok or Dapchi and all of that. Please. Anyway, moving on to our second story. It says, I'm depressed over abduction of Kebbi schoolgirls, President Tinubu says. Now, the story says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has expressed sadness over the abduction of the 25 girls of the secondary school Magat, Kebbi State. Now, reacting to the incidents in a statement on Tuesday by Bayo Ononuga, Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Tinubu directed Vice President Kashim Shettima to visit Kebbi State on Wednesday to sympathize with the state's government and assured parents and guardians of the kidnapped schoolgirls that the government will ensure their quick release. Now, Tinubu noted that he was depressed with the report of abduction, saying the heartless terrorists have disrupted the education of innocent schoolgirls. According to the statement, Tinubu says, according to the statement, Tinubu, he said now, who the military authorities, I take that again. According to the statement, Tinubu, who the military authorities have fully briefed about the two incidents, expressed sadness over the abduction of the schoolgirls despite intelligence warnings of a possible strike by the bandits. Now, he commended Governor Mohammed Nasir Idris for the efforts made to avert the kidnapping. Now, while decrying the security breach that led to the regrettable abduction of girls from the boarding school, President Tinubu urged communities across the country, especially in areas facing security challenges, to share information and intelligence that will help the military, the police, and DSS to make the communities safe. I really do have a lot to say about this, but I'm going to try to hold back. I'm sorry to say, but sir, your depression has little or nothing to do with the families of these children who were abducted, right? That you're depressed is really no man's business. And this happened yesterday. And up until this morning, up until maybe just before noon or by noon, you were still, okay, let's say morning, up until this morning, you were still hinged on traveling to South Africa and Angola, for your meetings, despite the calamities, despite everything going on in this country. What meeting is more important than the lives you have sworn to protect? You, my dear sir, you are the chief security officer of this nation. So it's not enough to sit wherever you are and say, I'm depressed about this. And now you don't go, you send your vice to go. And then you're commending Governor Nasir. What did he do? Okay, you got intelligence. Great, applaudable. What did you do after you got that intelligence? You put security people there. For how long? How long did they stay there? How long did they stay there? In fact, I would expect that as you got that intelligence, that security outfit would be on guard in that school for as long as possible. So it just shows that these people came up for the photo ops and, the paparazzi and just a decoy to tell us that you're working. And then when they leave, because it didn't even take any time before these people raided the school. So what exactly are we commending? What exactly are we commending? I don't know. It's very sad. It's very sad that this is what we are still talking about. Guess what the Senate president said? He said, there is no country without crime. Even America records crime on a daily basis. Is that what you're supposed to be saying? We are in a crisis. For the past 72 hours, it's been from one bad news to the other. We have not even recovered from one. We are hearing another. And you sit there and you tell us, there's no country without crime. Meaning, we're not even pressured, of course. Things are still, nothing spoiled yet. Is this a nation? Is this a Nigeria we want? Are these the leaders that you people claim we voted for? Make it make sense. So yes, we I want to say we sympathize with your depression, sir, but you have to go beyond that depression and actually do something. Actually do something. Moving on to my last story of interest. Okay, it says police confirm 2 killed, 1 injured in Kwara church attack. This is, I mean, still in the line of what we're talking about. Now, the story says the Kwara State Police Command on Tuesday confirmed that suspected bandits killed at least 2 people and injured 1 during an attack in Eruku, a boundary town in the Ekiti local government area. Now, a parish of the Christ Apostolic Church was one of the places the bandits attacked. The police said a worshipper was killed during the attack, while other victims' corpses were found in the bush. The State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Adeton Ejire Adeyemi, confirmed the development in the statement. He said, the Kwara State Police Command confirms an attempted bandit attack. I have a problem with the attempt. Okay, let's finish the story first. The Kwara State Police Command confirms an attempted bandit attack in Eruku, which occurred at about 6 p.m. today. And, okay, today being the 18th of November 2025. Now, the DPO Eruku and his team of police operatives, in collaboration with vigilantes, swiftly responded to the sound of gunshots emanating from the outskirts of the town, prompting the hoodlums to flee into the bush. Now, that's what the statement said. Now, the police added, police confirmed that a male victim, Mr. Deremi, was fatally shot inside the church, while another, Mr. Tunde Asaba Ajayi, was found dead in the bush. Oh my God. I mean, I literally cried my eyes out when I saw this the first time in the morning, because, I mean, if you watch the video, I'm very sure all of us have seen that video. These people were, and thank God there was some live streaming going on, because we would have taken this the way they wrote it. I mean, they called it an attempted bandit attack. Please look at the video and tell us if this was an attempted bandit attack or an actual attack that happened. Thank God there was that live stream going on. There were old people that could barely walk. Old people that could barely walk. And you would see these people, the bandits, they came into the church. They were shooting carelessly. Of course, they looted the belongings, took their bags, the things, you know, the contents of the bags, and still kept shooting. You know, and I saw another video recently of a particular actress who came out to, you know, respond to a statement the First Lady of Kwara State made, you know, calling it attempted attack, just the same thing I'm talking about. And this lady says, it hit home because my cousin's son is still missing. So how do you call that an attempt when it actually happened? Are we a joke in this country? Are we joking in this country? And then the Senate president has the guts to tell us that, oh, there's no country without a crime. Let's listen to this lady who claimed that she has a relative who was a victim. Let's listen.
Directly address the press release on the First Lady of Kwara State this morning regarding the bandit attack in Eruku. My name is Oluwabukola Grace Awoyemi. I'm from Eruku town, Ekiti local government, Kwara State. Ma'am, the information you got from the Kwara State police is false, ma'am. And because this involves my people directly. This has to do with my people. it was a successful attack. It was an attack, not an attempted attack, man. We all saw the video. They were streaming live while the church program was going on when the bandits came in, and a lot of people were abducted. I'm so much pained when I saw the release that it was an attempted attack and nothing happened to anyone, and some people are in the hospital right now. 3 people are dead now, right now. I've spoken to a lot of people from my town, my cousins, my uncles. Presently, my cousin, like 3, 4 of my cousins are in the bandits' den. They are there right now. They've been abducted. Evangelist Titi Balogun, she's right there. She's my mom's younger sister. Ebenezer, I know, is presently there. That's my cousin's son. So it was a successful attack. It wasn't an attempted one. I'm so pained right now. This is not a happy video. Because if something like that happens...
So you see, when I get agitated about these things, it only makes sense. Because this lady has an entire family in custody. How does this live with, lie to Nigerians and you live with yourselves? How do you call it attempted? This was a successful attack. Her mom's younger sister is with them. Oh. I watched this video. I watched it. The first time I watched it, I couldn't get to the end because I got really emotional. And then I think just before I got on the show, I had to rewatch, and I tried to stay till the end. These people took their time, right? After the church people had gone to hide, I think in a certain room, and closed the door. After they had done everything they wanted to do, they took their time. One of them was using his leg to break the door. And then got in, and then we could hear the gunshots. What country are we living in? And then you can't even say, oh, I'm going to Japan, oh, I beg, I'm not doing this again. What happens to your family? Because it's beyond you alone. You don't know who's next. You can't even say it doesn't concern you. Kwara State is not the north, though. I've been saying this. It's not the north. We have left the north now. We're coming closer. We're coming closer. And then the security apparatus that we have in the nation, they still look us in the face and they lie to us. That's the same way they came out and told us, oh, that brigadier was still very much alive and nothing happened to them. Meanwhile, ISWAP came out and confirmed that they killed that guy. This is the same nation that we just saw that justices, the judges of Nigeria, after their conference, and then Tinubu went to speak to them. And when they finished, they did not sing the national anthem. They were singing "On Your Mandate We Shall Stand." Is this what we are here for? This is our judiciary system that should be independent. This, like I say, we call it the hope of the common man. But imagine these people clearly singing the APC mandates anthem as against singing the national anthem. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is a call to everybody, every Nigerian. We can't keep short anymore, right? We cannot keep quiet anymore. Everybody have to speak up, because don't say it does not concern you like I keep saying. Anyway, we'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll dive into our topic for tonight. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. If you're just tuned in, tonight we are talking about the PDP crisis, and we want to analyze what happened, with the drama we saw. I don't know. first of all, let's hear what you have to say. Please be a part of our conversations. Everything we've talked about. Don't limit yourself to just what we're talking about right now. You could be your interest could be the news stories, whatever, right? Remember, you can join us by sending an SMS to 0818-038-4663. Also, our phone lines are open. You can call on 070-2500-7749 and also on 0701-4242-420. Let's hear what you have to say. Now, we saw yesterday's crisis, you know, and you see, this crisis is more than political drama. It just goes to show a reflection of a party battling for its soul. Okay, I know we've all seen that video, but let's just show you a little snippet of the drama that happened. That's it. Oh my God! Oh my God! So these are supposed to be our main opposition party. These people that we just saw, these these people. You see, when a major opposition party expels some of the most influential members, including, people like Governor Wike and the sitting, he's a sitting minister. And then, yesterday, yes, this is not just disagreements. It's an identity. I promise you, this is not the first time we're seeing something like this. It's not. Now, this is a struggle over who speaks for the party and all that and all that. We knew, well, I don't know about you, but I knew that the moment they expelled people like former governor, Minister Wike, of course, you don't expect somebody like Wike to back down without a fight. All right? And it's just very funny because Makinde and all, they were all allies. They formed the G5 and all of that. And now this is what we're seeing. Anyway, tonight we want to go beyond the headlines, okay? We want to examine what all this really means for the PDP, for the members, and for Nigeria's political future. Remember, we have 2027 elections coming up. And joining me to unpack this, I have Professor Simeon Nna, who's going to help us make sense of this. Good evening, Prof, and welcome to the show.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
Great. Prof, you saw the video, yeah?
Yeah, I did.
Tell me what you think.
Live and direct.
Tell me what you think about the PDP.
Sorry?
I said, tell me your thoughts about that and the PDP generally.
Before now, I'd said it that PDP is an intensive care unit.
Right.
And what transpired yesterday goes to prove that, because the Wahala House that you call Wadata House, has shown that what transpired there yesterday has shown that the party is not prepared to move forward. Why do I say that? Minister Wike is not above everybody. There's a proverb in my place They say if you cook for the community can finish it. But if the community cooks for you, you cannot finish it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what PDP has been doing with a minister that is in another political party, and I have said that the only way he will allow a convention to hold in PDP is if PDP agrees that they are not going to present a presidential candidate. Who does that?
Mm-hmm.
And people are just watching him running riot as if it's the beginning and the end of everything in Nigeria. I mean, enough is enough. See, I'm somebody that says things the way they are. When he started this fight with G5, he had the agreement in PDP, because it's not written in zonal arrangement, was a gentlemanly agreement. Now, they said, okay, since a northerner has won the ticket, let the chairman step down. The man said no, he's going to step down after the election. That was what led to the formation of the G5. So at that point, I was in support of Wike. But when he now started his anti-party activities of, trying to make people believe that if anything he says does not go, the party cannot move forward. Who does that? And people were watching until what happened last weekend, when in their convention, they now suspended him. You see, what's happening today is laughable, because this is the first time I'm seeing a suspended person coming to suspend somebody. I've never seen that happen before. So all the joke, because I see it as a joke, a big joke for that matter. You see, they're like, I'm not a lawyer, but I've listened to different lawyers, and they said the last judgment that was given was the judgment in Ibadan. Which means, because since the three judgments are judgment from the same court of concurrent jurisdiction, you have to maybe obey the last. And the last one was the one that said they can go ahead with the convention. And people that are saying that INEC was not there, I have heard, I have equally seen that INEC is not supposed to be in your convention. You are only supposed to give INEC 21 days. Example, Aburi, in the last convention he held, no INEC person was there. But he gave the notice, and that is why his name is still there until they finish their fight with another Usman. That's a different discussion. But I just brought that to say that INEC is not supposed to be at the venue of the convention. So for somebody to be saying that INEC is not there, therefore it's not a convention, I don't know what the person wants to achieve. Let me make it clear at this point. I don't have a dog in this fight. Why? Because I don't belong to any of the political parties.
Right.
Now, you see, the judiciary has made matter worse. Like you said in your intro, the issue of courts giving judgments here and there, I mean, should be controlled. From what happened yesterday, you can agree with me that even the judiciary has wholly and completely, who acts as the headmaster or the principal, and then maybe the judiciary as assistant senior prefect. Otherwise, how can you? The judiciary started it on your mandate, the legislator started it, the Senate started it on your mandate, we shall stand. Now the judiciary has joined. So we don't have the presidency, and that is why you see all these policies of assault, because nobody contributes any longer. It's just the executive that chomps out policies and nobody interrogates that. And he goes ahead with it. When there is fight, he pushes back. Like he said he was going to South Africa and Kigali, and people started criticizing, and now he has pushed back. He has suspended that because people now said, how can you do that when there are killings in Nigeria? When people are mourning, you are traveling, you are junketing around. What kind of thing is that? One of the things you swore to is to protect the lives and
Right.
the citizens and properties of Nigerians. And these Nigerians are supposed to protect are dying in their droves. And they are junketing over the world, from South Africa to Kigali. Who knows where else we will go from there? But thank God he has rescinded that decision today that he's no longer traveling.
So, Prof,
But
right. Okay. I just wanted to ask, right? Wike was a very ardent PDP member. He was
no doubt,
dogged. He was in there. So would you say
no
his
doubt.
role as FCT minister under the APC government has blurred his political identity and, contributed to the confrontation we saw yesterday?
Yeah, in one way, because if you look at him, he's egoistic.
He is.
I think his ego has gotten to a crescendo, and he needs to be curtailed. Honestly, he needs to be curtailed, because if we continue this way, who knows what else is going to. You saw the video of a general the other day, 2 days ago,
right,
that was destroyed in Abuja.
Yes.
And the guy the old man was temporarily crying. A general that served Nigeria for 35 years, you didn't give notice. He even pleaded, give me 1 week. You see, like I said, I don't just say things because I want to say them. I say things because I have something to say. Yeah. Now, when he started this fight with PDP, I was backing him up because he had something he was fighting for. They cannot take the presidency and the presidential ticket of the party and the chairmanship of the party at the same time. No, it is wrong. They should have relinquished one, and the man insisted. Both of them insisted until the thing now went haywire. Now, when this issue has gone the way it is, and you still want to remain in the party, what they would have done was to nail it down with the reconciliation moves that are going on. But no, you want to be in charge of everything. Look at him saying that the convention cannot hold, except if they agree on his own terms. Why? If he was funding the party before, is he still funding the party now? Yes, agreed. He was funding the party before now. And at the time, the party had no money to do anything. But he has forgotten that the 3 or 4 last chairman of the party was brought by him. He brings them, and he's the person that insists that they will go.
Let me interject a bit. Please, let me just... So is it he funding the party, that delayed his expulsion up until this moment? Because he's been doing a lot of things, and a lot of Nigerians, including myself, I've asked the question countless times, why are we, indulging this guy's excesses? Why are we not calling him out on these excesses? Why is nothing done? They will tell us disciplinary action and nothing is done. Why did they wait till now? Would you say it's because he was funding the party?
Of course, he who pays the piper dictates the tone.
Okay.
He was largely funding the party because the funds that were coming to River State were enormous. Recall that even the convention, I think that was 2019 or so, he insisted it has to be in Port Harcourt. And nobody had the guts to move it out of Port Harcourt. He insisted the candidate had to be Atiku. Nobody had the guts to say, no, it can't be Atiku. No, at the end of the day, I mean, some of these things, I don't know. I don't know why we're still allowing these things to go on like this. At least as it stands now, he's no longer funding the party as he was doing before now. So some of us have argued that this guy should have been suspended before now. Because if they had suspended him before now, they won't have the shenanigans they had yesterday.
Right.
But because they have allowed it to fester, and when wickedness is allowed to fester for a year, it becomes a tradition.
Right.
So that is what's going on there. Now that they have suspended him, let us see if heavens will fall, because heavens have never fallen before. It's not going to fall now.
So, could the PDP lose long-standing strongholds, if this internal crisis is not resolved? I mean, for the longest, they've been the strongest opposition party in Nigeria, And with all of this, would you say they are losing grip of that position?
Of course, yeah. For now, they can still tell you that they still have more members in the House, National Assembly. They still have more governors. Or the ones that are there now, we don't know how many of them are defecting. The 8 that are remaining, we don't know how many of them that are defecting. 2 have indicated that they are defecting. One now, because of the crisis, said he has suspended it, sine die. And the Ekiti governor has indicated or is alleged that he said he's moving to ADC. Now, for now, they still look as if they are still the strongest, but by the time we are inching towards the elections, it will be clear that ADC is likely to be the main opposition and not PDP. Because as we speak now, they are losing grounds every day and they're not doing anything to solve that problem. Because that team problem is still there until it is resolved. But like I said, the courts are not helping matters. The courts are not helping matters because if the courts were doing what they are supposed to do, okay, let's wait for the appeal court to deliver its judgment because I learned that they have gone, one of the parties have gone to appeal. And then if the appeal court delivers its judgment, like I was discussing with one of the chieftains of PDP, we met in a television program and I called him aside and I said, what is going on? You are a chieftain in Lagos, outside Elder George. You are the next person in Lagos here.
Yeah.
Why are you people not doing something about this? About these court cases here and there? Why did you people choose to go to a high court again instead of going to an appeal court? Because since there was a judgment in a high court, the right thing should have been for them to move to a higher court so that whatever judgment they get there neutralizes what happens in the appeal court, but the high court. But they never did that. Instead of doing that, they now went to a state high court in Oyo State. However, lawyers have said in matters of this nature that even the high court have no jurisdiction because Supreme Court has equally declared that is an internal party issue. But that the courts, whether it's a state high court or a federal high court, can, in during their judgment, rule on jurisdiction. So let's forget that for the lawyers, because I'm not a lawyer, so I don't want to go into that mess.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say here is that at least the one I know, that they should have gone to a higher court. And if they have gone to a higher court to obtain judgment, you wouldn't have seen what happened there yesterday. And you listen to the police, they said they were obeying orders from above. The orders from above can only be from the presidency or the president himself, not the presidency now, from the president or from the IGP. So I don't know why we are doing this. But let me tell you for sure and for free, and you can go to the bank with it. If anybody is tinkering with the idea of one-party system in Nigeria, is going to fall flat on that person's face. It can work somewhere else. Because of the nature of Nigeria, it will not work here. I can tell you that for free.
All right. Now, given that confrontation or whatever that drama is, because I'm like, these are people's father. These are people we're committing our trust to help liberate us in the nation. So anyway, looking at that, can INEC possibly recognize, a political party like that, with contradictory leadership claims? Is it possible to recognize them again? And
didn't recognize Senator Anyanwu and Senator and faction in Ekiti. It recognized the other faction, the Makinde faction in Ekiti primaries. Yeah. So going by that, INEC had already taken a position. Which means INEC bought the convention that held in Ibadan. Going by that decision. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that INEC has come out to say we have bought the convention, we have bought what happened in Ibadan, but going by their attitude and the activities in Ekiti primaries, it shows endorsing these people, it shows that they have endorsed the new leaders of the party. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then what single, most important step as we wrap up, do you think the PDP leadership must take, within the next few days, to actually prevent a full collapse of the party? Because they're headed there.
They're headed there. Like I said, somebody was saying yesterday that somebody in an intensive care unit can still recover. They can still recover, yes.
Possibly.
But yes. But one of the things they must do and do fast is to try to reconcile some of them that have not gone yet. Okay. Try to bring them back to the fold.
Are their reconciliation committees still working?
No, they have submitted their report. You see, that was even what worsened the situation. They suspend that they want this to be suspended so that they can continue with the reconciliation. So that more reconciliations will be made. And at the convention with one voice. But people now are misinterpreting that to mean that they are joining the wicked faction. However, like I said, I don't want to get involved in their messy situation because I'm not a member of their party. So they can go and collect their cloth where they took their bath. What I'm trying to say here is that for now, if PDP wants to do anything by 2027, their best bet is to ensure that they get the judgment of the appeal court, even if it means going to the Supreme Court to get judgment, that these new leaders are the leaders of the party, so that the other people will be led to rest. And that is the first step. If they can achieve that, then they can move ahead to reconcile, because they still have structures here and there. Even if they are not presenting a candidate in 2027, they could work towards, supporting another candidate that they feel that is strong. Because, see, if you want to fight a common enemy, one of the things you have to do is to ensure that you come together yourself and prepare. Although they are tinkering with the idea of moving the election November 2026. And one of the reasons why they want to do that, hidden reasons, because they don't want the opposition to get grounds. Postponing the thing to the right time of 2027, the opposition would have gained more grounds. So for them to prevent that, they want to push the election forward. That's a hidden agenda. But that's not what they are presenting to you. But for people that can see beyond what they are planning, you know why they want to do that. Every other reason they are giving you is not true. The major reason is that they want a situation where they can take the opposition by storm.
Okay, Prof. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contributions. Unfortunately, we would have to draw the curtains here. But thank you again for showing up and sharing your insights on this particular matter. Now, you see, tonight's event should actually worry every Nigerian. Because like I said, these are people that we want to entrust, to help us put our nation back to what it should be, So with what we just saw, we should be worried. What we saw was not just a clash of politicians or maybe a dispute over offices. Can no longer govern its ourselves. What exactly is left of our political system? And as 2027 approaches, the Nigerians are watching, because a nation cannot thrive when its leading opposition is weakened by, endless fighting. Before we go, do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. Like, share, comment, follow us on all social media platforms, And also, before I go, today is International Men's Day. I want to appreciate all the men on my team. I've got Peter, I've got Jimmy, I've got Shegun, and the rest of them. They make my show seamless. So I am grateful for you guys. And if you missed my quote earlier, here it is. It says, a political party is only as strong as the unity of those who lead it. And this was said by Woodrow Wilson. My name is Choma Kalu, and this has been Waste Prime Time. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.